I'm thinking about a lot of stories and things that happened, you know. I remember when we were together, you had your amazing dogs, Flossie and Templeton and Vivian.
Yeah.
I remember one time it was Christmas, and you came up to Canada, to my parents' house for Christmas. And I flew Flossie up to Canada for Christmas and didn't tell you. You were sitting on the floor of the house that I grew up in as a kid, and I opened the door, and Flossie walked out. And I remember you looking at Flossie, and you thought, oh, there's a dog that looks like Flossie. And then you realized it was Flossie, and it was very cute. And so I sort of have this lifelong love of dogs now because of Flossie and Templeton and Vivian. Yeah.
Well, we had that house fire, and Flossie saved us and, got us out of the house. And we're standing up on the top of the hill. The house was in the canyons, and I'm watching the, telephone poles explode, and the house was a barn. It was built out of wood floors, walls, and ceilings, so it went like an Acme cartoon. It just sort of like the fire went through the house and then it crumbled. And I was just standing there in such shock, and I was looking down and just going, okay, I just hope this doesn't ravage anybody else's homes, or like this one's gone, and that's that. And you like leaned into my ear and you started singing da na 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 na, the Entertainment Tonight theme. And it's like when your whole life...
Well, I think the media had assembled outside in front of the house. It was obviously a horrible situation.
But it made me laugh in that moment that everything was so dark and scary and confusing, and you lightened it up for me. You made me laugh. And I will never forget that. I hold... in the middle of what was such a terrifying moment, there's this one little light in it, and it's you making me giggle so hard. In the middle of like this darkness came this light, and it was you. And, we just had so many crazy adventures. And, in some ways, having lived such a public life my whole life, I still was in new territory with what you were doing with yours. You were bringing cameras into everywhere. Nobody was doing this. This was not only not normal in the funnest way, but it was unprecedented. I mean, you've been doing podcasts for years, before podcasts were a thing. And now you're taking a podcast on the road.
Right now, Charlie and I, we're about to go take off on an adventure, Drew. We're going across the country in a van. Charlie and I are moving into a van next week, and we're going to go out into the beautiful emptiness of America, lots of places that people haven't been, some of the beautiful places that people don't get to see. And I'm going to be doing my podcast out of this van. And, kind of much like what you're doing here, this burst of optimism and positivity that you bring to TV every day, I kind of wanted to do something where we went out and celebrated the great things about America right now, because there's a lot of negativity in the world. And, I became an American citizen last year. I don't know if I told you that.
Congratulations.
So
And it's a better country for it. Thank you, Tom.
Do you like my mug?
I do. Oh, my God. Is that me with a neck brace on?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, that's you with a neck brace on. Yeah, I found this... I found this mug in my garage a couple years ago, and I just kind of kept it because I figured someday I might be on your TV show, and it'd be fun to have a sip out of the mug.
Well, the tables have turned. Now I have the cameras on you, Tom.
Yeah. Remember the day in New York you were doing yoga, you sprained your neck, and then Chris made these mugs, and somehow I kept the mug all these years. I've kept the mug, so.
I'm so happy to see you. And in the words of Patti Smith, we were just kids.
Yes, we were. We were in our 20s. And now I'm not in my 20s anymore. But
where does the time go?
Yeah, we get a lot of amazing experiences, and I'm grateful for that, and I cherish them, and thanks, Drew. I appreciate it.
I cherish you right back.
Thanks, Drew.
Thank you, Tom. I want to mention that the Tom Green interview on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts is out. It will be available I suggest you go through a library of Tom Green when you need it most, or you just want to feel good. All right?